Hey there, welcome to L.I.D with Oma. If you're in the middle of a breakup, you are considering a breakup, or probably you've had a breakup that you quite haven't gotten over, this video is for you. It's actually very important to get over past relationships, because I believe if you do not get over past relationships, you're not going to be able to receive love. True love does happen, but you need to be rightly positioned so that you don't miss out on it when it comes. So stay tuned, do not go anywhere. Sometimes you feel like, oh my gosh, I can't live without this person, I can't do without her or him. That's a lie. Okay, you can definitely get over that person. I'll be bringing to you 5 quick tips on how to get over that person. But honestly, I envy those people who actually find true and lasting love, like at the first try. Shout out to you guys though. How do you do it? Number 1 tip I have: you need to get your space together. You need mental space. You do not need to get all involved with what the person used to do, where you used to go, and all of that. If you just broke up and you're filled with intense emotions, you're angry, you're irritated, you are upset, you're disappointed, you feel like you've been fooled, whatever emotions you have concerning the breakup, you definitely need your space at this moment. It's not the time for you to go over old messages or check his timeline to see what he's up to. If you have those sorts of symptoms, I would call them symptoms, you have not gotten over the person, and you're not going to get over that person doing all of that. Let the space be established, okay? If you can avoid contact, if you can avoid the calls and all that, if you can avoid some certain associations that remind you of that, please do. I say it again, if. Okay, it's not every time that you can do that. If, for example, the person is in your close circles, maybe you attend the same church, the same club, the same school, you live in the same neighborhood, you might not be able to do that, but you need to give yourself some space as much as possible. This actually might be hard, I know what it feels like, but this is what you need to do, okay? You need to call someone to actually be accountable to. You have to do that. It is so important you keep your sanity right. This idea of getting your space after the breakup is very important. It reminds you of the life before the relationship. And hey, ding ding, you actually had a life before the relationship. So if you could have actually lived with, yourself, you can definitely live with yourself now. Don't think like it's the end of the world. I know he or she brought in a lot of sunshine to your life, but okay, maybe you had moonlight. Moonlight ain't that bad if you think about it. Okay, I'm just joking, but you get the point. Okay, point number 2. In life, you must appreciate your alone time before you can fully appreciate intimacy with another person. My second point here is this. You can say it aloud with me. I am enough. See? It wasn't that hard. You're not looking for someone to complete you. You're already complete by yourself. It's important you get this into your spirit. It's important you get this. You need to meditate on this. Say it out loud again. I am enough. I am complete. You are fun to be with. You're exciting. You are beautiful. You are handsome. You're intelligent, you're purposeful, you're everything that you want to be. And guess what? There is so much more you can actually be. You just need to give yourself a chance. Anyone who couldn't see that, too bad for them. But that should not reduce you. I know ladies who go the extra mile to look extra special just because their guy is coming around. Or guys who only clean their rooms when their bae is coming. Some girls don't even change their undies, they don't get new sets until maybe somebody's going to look at it. Maybe they're going to the beach or something, they get something nice and look really good. But when it's just them, they don't feel like they deserve new undies. Sweetheart, by just yourself, you deserve the whole world and even more, including a clean room and new undies. That's right, baby, I said it. So in this period, how about you spoil yourself a bit? That shoe you've been admiring on Amazon, how about you just buy it? Stop waiting till it's your birthday and then someone who loves you will get it for you. You can actually get it yourself. You know you have capacity to get it. So why don't you just get it for yourself? You want to travel, you want to go somewhere, see something. Why don't you do it? Why do you have to wait for someone else to do that with you? Okay, it's good if you have someone else to do it with, but if you do not have it, You are yourself, you are complete, you deserve happiness, you deserve to enjoy those things that you want to enjoy. Don't wait for some things to happen. Life is here and now. That's like my best quote this year. Life is here and now. Do what you need to do right now, okay? Because life is not going to stop just because you don't have what you need. It's continuous, like this very moment you're leaving, okay? So don't wait till now, till then, till later, till 20 years time, to when I'm married, to when I have kids, to when this happens, to when that happens. Do what you need to do right now. Live your life. Enjoy your life. I want to add something at this point concerning you being complete, you being whole in yourself. You know, there's this trend. Most times people feel like they need someone who has this or that. And whenever they don't have that, when they don't have that person, when they don't have that relationship working, they feel like there's something missing, okay? I, for example, enjoy conversations with guys who are very intelligent, who actually have, should I say, raw wisdom. Like, they can actually advise you. There are trends, okay? A couple of people updated and they just have this wisdom. You bring issues to them. Oh, this is what I'm going through. What do you think I should do? They always have, wisdom to share with you. Yeah, at a point, I had to sit myself down and tell myself, okay, it's good you're looking for guys who have intelligence, who have brilliance, they can share with you. They can actually make you, point you to the right direction and all. It's very important, but how about you? How about enjoying wisdom by yourself? What if those people are not there? What kind of information am I going to share with anybody that I have to share, information with? So if I'm looking for wisdom in a guy, how about I work on myself and get, exposed to things that will help me be wise? How about I work on being more, intellectual and being more intelligent, the way I like those guys to be? It solves a lot of problems because you're looking for something and you feel like my life is not complete without it. But that thing is just outside. Why don't you bring it in? Why don't you make it part of yourself? You like a lady who cooks for you, and because you want someone who cooks for you, you reduce yourself, just to get company. How about you actually try to just learn to cook? I know we can't be like everything. We need people to compliment us, but it has to be 1+1, not half and half. Okay? You are full in yourself. The fact that you love intelligent guys is not bad. Intelligence is something that we need to have everywhere, okay? So don't wait for somebody else to bring that spice into the dish. You can actually bring it to the table, okay? You love someone who's fun, who's exciting, someone who's caring and all of that. How about you work on those virtues yourself, okay? While you're working at it, you even see that you are more attracted to more positive people who have those values. You know one big gig about relationships? It's the company. Yeah, not the company you're supposed to start together. The other one, like companionship association. Yep, that one. It makes it so important. But really, you can get that company from other people. Number 3, enjoy the company of friends and family. To be honest with you, most times in relationships, people are just looking for company. I know romantic company is very important, but company is still company. Okay, I have friends without strings attached. I have family people who most probably are even begging for my attention. And here I am pouring all my passion and attention on somebody who might not even value it. Okay, get the company you need to get from friends, from family. You could, if you don't want to go out on a date yourself, if you don't want to go see that movie yourself, if it's scary to you, why don't you tag along a colleague who is fun to be with, or a neighbor, or a church member, or a schoolmate, or something. You don't have to go alone, but you don't have to reduce yourself because of that relationship. You could also consider spending time with family too. It's about time you made that call to your grandma to ask her about how she's doing. Remember the last year your nephew actually made you promise you'd spend the weekend with him. It's been a whole year. This is like the right time, okay? Company is important. It doesn't just have to be your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your, So you see, you don't have to lose yourself in loneliness simply because you're not actively dating. You have a host of other opportunities around you for you to actually enjoy people, to enjoy conversations and actually have fun. So look on the right side. Now is the perfect time to be deliberate about your friendships, about people around you, okay? Be deliberate. If nobody's asking you to go watch a movie, why don't you take the first step? Hey, my colleague, have you watched this movie? Why don't we go together? You have to be deliberate about the people that you talk to. I'm talking about deliberate friendships, deliberate associations. Oh, I would like you to be my mentor. I see stuff that you do that I like. Can we hang out sometime? There is nothing wrong with that. You don't have to just stumble into friendship because, oh, we had dinner in the same restaurant. We live down the street, or things like that. You can be actually very deliberate to build your passion, to build your personality, and to work towards your purpose and your vision for your life. That brings me to my point number 4. See whatever void that exists from the past relationship with passions. Actually, it's not supposed to be like, oh, I break up and I'm looking for something to fill the void. The right sequence is you have passions and then you don't even feel any void. Okay, that's not possible. You definitely feel a void, but the point is this. Most times we always crave something to actualize us, but people in themselves cannot actualize us. Purpose is what actualizes people. Purpose is what makes people feel like, wow, I have done something, I'm excited about myself, I'm proud of myself. So you need to think back. Maybe old hobbies, things that you've done in the past, you've dropped them because you're too busy or you're too this or too that. Right now is the time to do those things. Learn new skills. If you have been pursuing your passion, why don't you pursue it harder? Why don't you go the extra mile? Why don't you do something you haven't done before? It is so key at this point because that's how these things fill us up. You would not even know that there's something missing because you would be fulfilled doing what you really love. So it's really important we try that. Try something new and exciting. Learn a new skill. Visit somewhere you haven't and you've been wanting to. This always brings fulfillment. And before you know it, you'll be like, ooh, I'm proud of myself. My last tip is like a triple-sized milkshake with a lot of toppings. Ooh, yummy, yummy. Point number 5 is a variety of advice I was just throwing as extra, okay? You need your mental health to be in the right states. First of all, you need to forgive yourself, okay? Sometimes we have relationships and we just know that we could have avoided, entering the whole thing from the very beginning. And you're hurt. Your heart not just at the person, your heart at your own self. You're like, oh, I could have avoided this. Whatever the case, whatever you could have done, whatever he could have done. Forgive yourself, okay? You're a human being, so air is human. Just forgive yourself. I know you're like, oh, I should have done this, he should have done this, maybe if this happened, maybe if this didn't happen. Yeah, we all know all that, but just try to forgive yourself, please. Another tip for maintaining your mental health, for maintaining your sanity, is meditate. Meditate and meditate again. You need to have the right information in your mind, in your spirit. At this point, you don't want negative conversations. You don't want people speaking evil of you, even speaking evil of the person you're trying to get over. You don't need that, okay? Because at the end of the day, those sort of things will just build hatred in you. Reach out to your inner self and connect. Connect with your inner peace. Personally, I love meditating on the promises of God because there are so many of them that assure me that even though it might be like this today, a whole lot is bound to change when I depend on God. Reading the Psalms of David helps me a whole lot. David was disappointed by almost everybody. He was disappointed by even family. His sons betrayed him. His wives betrayed him. There were so many things that went wrong in David's life, but he was able to always go back to God. He somehow always found the strength to move on. So I think that's the kind of energy I need. It's okay to cry. Some people are like, guys shouldn't cry. It makes them like babies or something. If you have been hurt, you naturally want to cry. There's nothing wrong with crying. If you need to cry, I don't even know why you would want to cry in public. But you need to cry privately. It's part of the pruning. It's part of the clearing out, airing your emotions. You don't have to cry in presence of somebody. Maybe you need to do that, I don't know, but you need to get those emotions out. It's okay, it's normal. When you're done crying, speak peace to yourself. This is not the end of the road. It is definitely not the end of the road. Your ex was amazing, no doubt. But honestly, baby, there are other amazing people. There are other amazing people. Also remember to laugh, okay? Life is not all that serious. Try to get some company that makes you laugh. If you love comedies, go out and just remind yourself that so many things that we see and we consider so seriously are actually not as serious as they are. Try to laugh at life. Try to laugh at yourself sometimes. You make mistakes, okay? So what? We all make mistakes, okay? We're humans. So just let it go. Let it go. At this point, I want to say that some breakups, actually could be mended. You know, relationships that broke up at one point could actually work out and lead to something really lasting. So you definitely do not want to take things too seriously. When we smile, we actually trick our brains to release the happiness hormone. Even if it was a fake or forced smile. So try to laugh, try to smile. Don't take everything on your shoulders like everybody's going to know something is wrong. You don't have to do that, okay? When you have cried, you've spoken peace to yourself, you're looking out for ways to entertain yourself, to laugh and enjoy life in a decent way, a whole lot is bound to change for you. Try to show love to people that cannot give you anything in return. It works magic for me. You know, the smile, the gratitude in the eyes of maybe a beggar or less privileged, it does a whole lot of wonders. You need to try that out. Maybe volunteering at an orphanage or giving to charity, or, you know, just doing something you haven't done. Giving someone free lunch, a free ride, you know, and things like that. It does a lot of magic for everybody. Everybody needs that kind of magic once in a while. The feeling always brightens up every mood. And my last bits. My very last bits. People make mistakes. Okay, people make mistakes. What about if your ex actually did something wrong? He was wrong to leave you. You were wrong to leave him, but oh, you already did it. Just accept that people actually make mistakes. Like, that is the life that we live. Okay, so don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on him. Let it go. Forgiveness is what caps everything up. If you're not able to forgive him or her, you're actually hurting yourself the most. You are the one who's going to be the more affected. So you need to consider it. Your ex is not perfect, neither are you. So let it go. Your former partner only acted on his or her level of understanding. And our levels of understanding are different, okay? It's just humanity. It's just how we are. We grow in knowledge. For example, you're watching this video, you are definitely growing in understanding. I grew in understanding when I experienced some of those breakups. That is how we are. We grow, we make mistakes, we learn, and we move. Okay, that's like my watch when it comes to relationships and breakups. What have I learned from this breakup? What have I learned positively? I learned that lesson, okay? It has to be a positive lesson. Things like all men are scum are wrong lessons to learn from breakups. Because, hey, not every man is a scum. I imagine if I had like 10 relationships and they all went wrong. And I'm trying to say, oh men are scum. What about my dad? My dad definitely was not a scum. My brothers are not scum. I have friends that are guys. I know they're not scum. Okay, so I might have had a couple of relationships that are in a certain, you know, manner and work in a certain way, and it's like the end point is always the same. But that doesn't make every guy like that. Okay, it's for me to now position myself to actually get the right kind of guy I want and the right kind of relationship. So it's not about just learning any lesson, it's about learning the right lesson. So let me leave this with you. When whatever happens, check for the lesson that you learn and try to move on, okay? Thank you very much for watching to this point. I really appreciate if you go to the very end of this video. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, please. Please subscribe, love this video, like it. Click the like button please, and that notification button is very important so that when new videos come up, you will be the first to know. Thank you very much for staying tuned on L.I.D. Oh my, I love you. Bye.